Hey everybody, John Granato from the bench. Mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. And AJ Hoffman from the Blitz. That's afternoons on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. AJ, Gerrit Cole, I mean, he's really, really good. He had a rough stint. And, you know, his ERA was over 3. Oh, my God, Gerrit Cole sucks. But then he came out this week with another great outing. But when he was slumping a little bit, here's some of the tweets. If he'd get a haircut, he'd pitch better. Maybe he was also cheating with the Astros. And the Yankees got the Pirates version of Cole, not the Astros version. We've seen it before. A.J. Burnett, Carl Pavano, Pascual Perez, even all the way back to Ed Whitson. Pitchers who go to New York, it's just different. And it's harder. I mean, it's harder to pitch there. Now, he's been a lifelong Yankee fan, so maybe he was putting too much pressure on himself, or whatever the reason was. But it's different pitching there than anywhere else, isn't it?
Well, the real difference is if you have three bad starts, the sky is falling. Whereas everywhere else, it's like you realize that, oh, that's normal. Nobody's going to go 30-0 on a season. It's just not the way it works. Sometimes you have these bad runs. Gerrit Cole had a bad run. I think he's sitting at 6-3 with a 3 flat ERA. That's pretty good. I think even Yankee fan probably realizes now that's pretty good. And then when you start tweeting things like that, and then a couple weeks later you look at it and you go, oh well, Gerrit Cole's actually our best pitcher. Maybe I was an idiot. Although Yankee fan unlikely to admit they were an idiot, but they probably feel that way, and that's the way they should feel. But you're right. It is different, but I don't think this is Carl Pavano. I think that it's his first year there. It may take him a little while to get used to the pressures of it, but I think that he's built for it. I think he's the real deal.
Now, let's talk about how Cole and Deshaun relate. But first, I want to talk about cold, clean, crisp, refreshing Coors Light. Texas Chill, baby. It is the official beer for me of everything in life. Now, AJ's a foofy beer guy, which, okay, I guess if you want to be look at him, he looks like a foofy beer guy, right? I, on the other hand, I'm that's a man of the people. I like my beer to be the same. I like it to be cold, clean, crisp, and refreshing. When I drink a beer, that's what I want. So it's the official beer of me. It's the official beer of golf. It's the official beer of watching sports. It's the official beer of poker. When you go play poker, it is the official beer. It's Texas Chill, baby. Pick up a 12-pack of Chill or whatever, a 24-pack of Chill, and let's chill with Coors Light. We spoke about it last week. Fans in Houston. Deshaun just benefits from being in Houston too, as opposed to Cole in New York. It's just different. There's not nearly the pressure. There's not near the media scrutiny. None of that exists here. We just don't expect it. Now, Deshaun will hear it though if they start losing to bad teams. I don't think there's any question.
Well, think about. Let's go ahead and tie a third Houston star into this mix. James Harden. Look how long it took. It finally seems like now that James has lost this season, Houston fans finally sort of like, okay, enough of this. It takes a while. It has to build over time. Deshaun hasn't done enough failing yet for Houston fans to be ready to turn on him.
Well, and did you hear Tim Kelly and Bill O'Brien this week? Deshaun played one of his best games. Deshaun played great. And they got their ass handed to him. That's the scary part. Cobb and Cooks, they weren't separating, and so they're supposed to be two fast guys that are able to get away from people. Will Fuller, made some catches, but they're inconsequential. The offensive line sucked. It sucked. So yes, this is, and rightfully so. He doesn't have Andy Reid or Brett Veach, and he doesn't have Bill Belichick, and he doesn't have a good front office of the Baltimore Ravens front office, or he doesn't have any of those things. So if he played his best game and they got their ass kicked like that, look at Aaron Rodgers with, hey, I got to have receivers. No, he doesn't. Look what he's got, and he threw all over Minnesota. So I'm telling you, rightfully so that Bill O'Brien should be blamed instead of Deshaun Watson, in my mind.
Yeah, I think so. And I think so far you're seeing the returns of Bill O'Brien, the GM, being worse than Bill O'Brien, the coach. And I think there's more pressure on Bill O'Brien, the GM, right now than Bill O'Brien, the coach, because you mentioned the receivers, it was a failure. And then you see what happened in Arizona, and DeAndre Hopkins, not really a failure. He had a pretty good day. So it's just more egg on the face, as if there's not. You're making omelets off this dude's face. There's so many eggs, but it's another one to add to the pile.